What's up? This is Chris, the Stat Guy, and welcome to the Stat Guy Show.
Jump on Ryan. Ryan was just late on the light, and I was like, "Oh, that's good."
Giuseppe will just, you're watching him long enough, he'll jump. That's what he does. We don't call him Mr. Kangaroo for nothing.
Really a team sport anyways. Whenever we talk team, it's about having each other's backs. It's about helping each other.
One thing that we do good at is putting on a show.
Live on the Statman Show, and I know people and powers that be, I know that you watch this show.
What is up? Welcome to the Stat Guy Show, episode number 76. Joining me tonight is a big surprise. I've been hinting at it all week, and I'm excited to do our surprise show tonight. I apologize if I sound different. I am sick, but the show must go on, so here we are doing another show. So I was approached, I think last week or the week before, about some guys who had a big announcement they wanted to do. And asked if I could do it. They could do it on my show, and I was like, "Hell yeah!" I built friendships with these guys over the past 2 years. I'm very appreciative of how they've supported me. So, of course, in return, I'll support them, and I'm excited for their big news tonight. So, without further ado, let's bring on the surprise. Hey, fellas!
What's going on?
How's it going, Chris? Giuseppe, how you guys doing?
How are you?
So we have some big news. We've been talking about some big news coming to Team Gucci. So what is the big news, fellas?
I'm out for this year. I'm taking this year off. Got some
No.
Yeah, I got work and just can't do it this year. Last year was a lot of races for me and stuff like that, and I got a new position at work right now, and I got working 6 days a week. Just got a bunch of stuff going on. We got so I chose, you know what, I can't do it. If I'm not all the way in, I don't want to do it, right? Like it isn't good for the team. And I told Chris that I got to be 110. That's all I do. And it just have too much stuff going on. So talked to Chris and said, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this year. And, so yeah, I'm officially out for this year. I'm not done racing, but I'm out for this year. And then, next year we can, hopefully everything goes good and be back,
Well, I hate to see you not racing, Giuseppe. Yeah. Do you plan on doing any racing of your own cars or anything this year?
Oh no. I'm
nothing, huh?
No. Even Bakersfield's close and stuff. Really, toyed with it. Dean called me, said, "Man, bring the Mustang out." I said, "Dude, that's time getting it ready and doing that. It just takes racing's not just showing up to the racetrack and running the car. There's a lot that goes behind it if you want to win and do good, right? It just doesn't go." Show up that weekend. It's 2 days, right? It's another full-time job.
Yeah, you were out on the road.
Oh well, that and
5
then
races in a row.
Stuff. It's just a lot. It's racing. And anybody who's good, believe me, they're working their asses off. So yeah. So no, I don't plan on doing any racing with the Mustang this year.
You do know there are 2 small tire races for 100K each.
Oh, I know. A lot of stuff looked good, right? Chris was like, "Oh, this is happening. We got, oh man, no rules, and there's a bunch of stuff that looks cool, right? It's exciting, and believe me, I'm like, man, can I do it? Can I swing it? And just, I went back and forth on it, and almost was, but man, realistically, I just not gonna be able to pull it off, So, yeah. Excited.
Well, Giuseppe, me and the fans are definitely going to miss you, buddy.
I appreciate it, man.
It was awesome watching you win your couple invitationals last year. You guys were in first place for a long time. You made a run at the championship. You should definitely be proud of your 6th place finish. You guys were, I know it probably wasn't what you expected, especially when you guys were in first place, but man, it was the most competitive season of No Prep Kings, in my opinion. So
for sure.
Congrats to your guys' season. You did awesome last year.
Being from California and not being able to test every week and having to fly out everywhere, I'm really proud of our team, and I love Seppi, and it's like a brother to me, and I'm going to miss him this year.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I still, obviously I'm helping out with the guys.
Involved.
Yeah, I'm still involved. It's not like, hey, I'm done with you guys, and I'm going to do whatever I can do, and then, yeah.
Well, I want to share some stats with you, Giuseppe. Some
Oh.
career stats in case come back next year, hopefully. But in case you never come back,
Yeah, I'll be coming back.
you're currently your 12th all time in round wins.
Oh, wow. Right
And
on.
eighth all time in invitational wins.
Okay.
And then also season 6, you won the Stat Guy Award for outstanding performance
Yes.
for winning your first invitational. So you've had a great couple of years for sure, Giuseppe. And it's been fun seeing you at the races and everybody's gonna miss you, man, for sure. Especially me.
It, man. I'm gonna try to make it to Bakersfield and stuff. I'm gonna try to at least Saturday or some, or we'll see what happens. Friday, Saturday. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man, I appreciate you and everything else and all the people, that I'm gonna miss all the people and stuff like that, Chris, like family and stuff. We get together a lot of weekends, and yeah, man, it's
you're gonna miss staying out by the rig, rebuild the motor till 6 a.m. and then race it.
You know what? I
miss
still,
that?
that's a lot of work,
It's a
but
lot,
you still
though.
do
It's
it.
a
Yeah,
lot,
that's you sign up for it, right?
Yeah.
So and this year, will be even more because you can do a lot. There's no rules now, so now this year will be exciting. I think, and looking forward to that. Getting if I was going to drive the car, but yeah, so yeah, I'm out and yeah.
On that note, we're keeping the same team as far as the crew. I talked to Seppi about, okay, if you're out, I respect that. His work is, you've been there 25 years?
29 years.
29 years.
Dang.
And
yeah. That's why I was able to take a bunch of time off last, couple of years, and it was a lot of racing. So yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Like you said, flying home on Sunday, going to work at 4 a.m. on Monday, and then we talk as much as we can about what we got to do for the next race. It was a lot. So I respect what he's doing.
Yeah.
But he will be missed. The crew's staying together. And me and Seppi powwowed over, man, who would we want to take your spot?
Yeah.
He set the bar high for Bad Intentions Racing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
4 wins and a 2 win, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
So we wanted somebody that had the same mindset, the same winning drive, somebody that knows No Prep Kings and is fast. There was a name that came to our mind, and Sebby said, "Wow, that might work." So
and we like him. We get along with him and everything else.
We talk weekly with him. You know,
Ryan. You got to move the seat for Ryan, but he's a little big.
Ryan's a little big,
but he'll.
A little big. In the shoulders. In the shoulders.
Well, there happens to be a guy sitting in the green room right now.
That might be the same guy that we're talking about.
I should probably bring him in. We should probably go ahead and announce this.
Very excited to introduce him. Very excited.
Hey, Nate Sayler. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, what's up, Nate?
What's up, boys?
What's up, Nate?
Just hanging out, man. Sitting in the race shop, looking at a car with no motor.
That's it, yeah. Oh, man.
So Chris and Nate teaming up.
Yeah, that should be exciting right there.
How were you guys able to make this happen? How did this even? I know you talked with Giuseppe about it, but how did you convince Nate? Because Nate has his own program, his own car, everything. How did you convince Nate?
Well, first of all, Giuseppe said he wants somebody where he doesn't have to move the seat.
Yeah, so that way I can hop right back in. We got to start moving the seat around. It's going to be a problem. So what I did was did a check around, and Nate fits right in there. We got about the same, And Nate's lighter too, so Nate's got me a couple pounds. I'm down, but Nate's got me a couple pounds still.
So like we said, we wanted somebody that had the drive, that is one, that was a fierce competitor, that had the same work ethics as we did, and someone we knew, that we can get along with, we can go to dinner with, we can work on the car together and feel like family because we were family.
It was easy. We all talk. And Nate goes like how when we were there, when I'm there, Chris is there, we go to win.
Yes.
Nate, it was easy. He wants to win.
Yes.
And it happened to, I don't know, we talked. We were always talking anyways. It wasn't like we're friends anyways before, Right. Like we talked to Nate, one of the few guys we talk to all the time. So that actually ended up working out. And that's perfect, man. Perfect fit for the team and everything.
So we called Nate, said, "Hey, man, are you racing this year?" And he said, I'm waiting for my new motor, and I don't know. I'm building a pro mod, and I said, well, what do you think about teaming up? And Nate, you were all for it, right?
Yeah, no, Matt, I was excited because, to be honest, I was kind of on the fence on whether I was going to do this new Pro Mod build's been taking a lot of my time and energy, and I sold the motor out of the Nova, and the new one's not available yet, and so really I was I didn't know what I was going to do. And when you guys called, we're always a good fit, PRI, we hang out at the races, go eat
Dinner.
and stuff. Like, for me, more than anything, I want to have fun and be around people I enjoy. And I have horrible OCD. And the only person who has worse OCD or as bad as me is Chris. Like, he literally, like, we'll be wiping cars down in the lanes together. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Expel came on this year. We'll have guys out there with chamois wiping everything down. It's going to be great. So
Nice. Logistically, how is this going to look? Are you gonna just fly in, win the race and fly out, Nate? Is that how that's gonna be?
Well, I mean, strategically, that's what we'd like to do. Yes.
It's never that easy.
I mean, both of us have ran a pretty successful program. I mean, both of our cars are top 5 cars. Both of us know what to do, and I think the combination between the two is really going to complement each other. And I think with my little changes and connections I have and his changes to my program and connections he has,
right.
I think it's going to work out really well. So, we're really excited about it. And my car, for everybody watching, my car's not going to sit stagnant. Like, when the new motor's in her, we're going to put small tires on it, and then we're going to put my Nova in Gucci trailer, and we're going to go run the small tire. So,
nice.
It's not the end for her either, and I'm not going to put her out to pasture or sell it or anything like that. So I just I think that this partnership is going to work really well. Chris and I are both businessmen, and we both have the same kind of idea of where we want to take this, which kind of goes off of each other. And obviously, Seppi's always a phone call away, so we can call him, dude, what do we do? And he can answer, So
definitely.
we got an ace in the hole. We're really excited, man. We're really excited.
And we're bringing Nate's tuner in this year.
Yep. Lee White's going to tune the car. Yep. We're also bringing one of my crew guys over to jive with their crew guys. And it's just going to be a good time, man. Yeah. We're going to have lots of loud tunes at our pit. That's just we do that stuff.
Yeah, we always did that. Yeah. And you do the same thing. Yeah, definitely.
We kept the same crew, except we're bringing in your guy.
Yep.
Nate's tuner. We're doing all the races, speed promotions. Going to be great. I think it's going to be a great year.
Yeah, both of you guys obviously have your own sets of sponsors. Now you guys will combine. That'll be good. Both. Is there any conflict when it comes to any sponsors? Do you have any that compete with any other ones or anything like that?
Not that I think. Pro Charger's been on board. I think the only thing that I run differently would be I run a Proline motor. They run a Noonan, but Proline services Noonans. They run a Rossler transmission. I run a Mark Mickey. So there's a few subtle differences, but Pro Charger power. We're going to have a Pro Charger driven by twin turbos with a screw on top. A little
nitrous. Yep. Hell yeah.
Nitromethane and nitrous. There's no rules. So, pretty much anything's open.
Yeah.
And I'm a little worried, but we're testing all that in 2 weeks, right, Nate?
Yeah. Chris and I bought stock in rods and pistons, and we're just going to see if we can, worst case scenario, our stocks will go up.
Yeah, Nate's like, no rules? I got lots of plans for us. I'm like, what do you got? He showed me, and I go, oh, my God. Oh, my God.
With no rules, that's a lot of maintenance on the motor, blowing up shit. Yeah, this is
why we got 2, Seth. That's why we got 2.
That's it. Yeah, you do got 2.
So the plan is to keep Pro Charger. And I'm obviously going to test, I would think, before you go. But with no rules and stuff, are we looking at the 144 for this season or what?
We don't know. We might go to the 136 and just spin it to the moon. We don't know yet. It's just hard to say. I guess when we show up there and we have blankets over the front of the car, everybody will wonder what's going on under there.
Yeah, the only thing we know is we went 11-inch rear end that we didn't have last year. other than that, everything's on the table.
Yeah, Craig over at Dynamic built us a badass 11-inch rear end. Quick Performance sent us in a Lazarus gear set. All the sponsors have been awesome. Every person that I've talked to so far, sponsor-wise.
Flat oil.
Yeah, LAT Oil, Danny and Sean over there hooking us up. Like basically we combined everything and everybody's super excited about it. And to be honest, like they're going to get more exposure anyways. Chris's sponsors will get more, mine will get more because we're going to do it on Gucci. We're going to do it on My Nova, and I got a Pro Mod. So who knows what these specialty races are going to be? It's kind of up in the air. We could be running, we could be running Stevie Fast, and we'll have a Pro Mod to do it. So we're pretty excited about it. The biggest thing for us is we want to support this series as much as we can. Speed Promotions is doing, instead of calling it No Prep Kings, which I get, like they're going to be doing all sorts of different stuff. You can't call it No Prep Kings and run a radio race. They got a Boosted's running a small tire radio race. He's running a small tire race, both $100,000. We're going to take My Nova and have that all set up. We'll have plenty of time for testing with that. And we'll go see if we can put a monkey wrench in everybody's plans over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the plan is. Go ahead, Chris.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying. So okay, so the plan is to do the seven points championship races for sure. Probably put both cars, I would think, in the small tire races. What about Canada? What have you guys talked about doing Canada at all?
I think on the small tire, we're gonna run Nate's bad boy.
Yep.
Okay.
We don't want to change Gucci around like that. Like she works really well the way she is, and we want to leave that alone because hopefully we're in the top couple when it comes to that small tire race. We don't want to mess with that. So we'll have my car tested, done. It'll have that new Proline MH8 in there with a Pro Charger as big as they'll let me put under the hood, and we'll put some radials on it and see if we can't go radial racing. The good part is my tuner, he does Pro Mod, radial, no prep. Like there's nothing he can't do. Lee White. He's done good for me. He's going to do great for Gucci, and hopefully we can put that thing in the winner's circle and big and small tires and whatever else they throw at us.
We're taking the Motec out for now. It's going to Abdullah at Pro Wire. We're putting the Fuel Tech back in, right?
Yeah.
So that goes next week. And then the week after, Nate will start testing the car.
Maybe a few more weeks than that. Maybe 3 weeks. But yeah.
Hopefully. But as far as that goes, we were only going to do the 7-point race system, right? And then Nate called and said, well, how do you feel about Canada? And I said, I've never been to Canada. Have you been, Nate?
I have, eh?
Okay, so we're thinking now, hey, let's just go for it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we don't know how many we're going to commit to Canada for. We'll make one for sure. The team, we'll just leave it a team decision, whatever everybody wants to do. And as far as which race or multiple races, I don't know yet. I think Chris dangles that carrot pretty good. He's like, I'm going to get him to one, and hopefully he likes it. And
he'll get you to 3. Yeah, he'll be like, let's just do this one, and then next thing you know, you're going to 3, and then it's 20.
I'm like, only 7 races or 10? What's going on here?
Honestly, more than anything, I want to support Team USA. Especially with all the tariff stuff going back and forth. Like, we can't go there and lose. So I want to make sure that we go where the stiffest competition's at, and we give them a run for their money.
Yes.
Nice. That'll be
I
cool.
think it's going to be a great team. I think it's really going to be a great team.
Yeah, I mean, knowing both you guys and how you guys are, I think it's a great fit. It really is. Both. We know the car's going to look good. Nate's going to take care of it when he drives it because he doesn't mess his own shit up, so he ain't going to mess your shit up. I guess.
And we've seen Nate's pit. He likes everything clean. He likes his car clean, his motor clean. So
And I've seen Chris and Giuseppe's mechanics. They tighten all the valve covers and stuff every race.
We get all that done. Yeah, all the shit gets done. Their guys are good. You got Tyson, Jack. I mean, one bunch, and they're good, man. They that's one thing. I look back and was talking to, how many mistakes, very few mistakes we made, right? And that's the key. And then your guy and you guys are going to be great, and like I told the guys, if you need me, call me, if you got any questions where stuff's at or what, you're not going to need me for much, but if you, where's this in the trailer or what, the motor and stuff, I know,
I might need a pep talk.
Shout out to Jack.
I might need a pep talk.
Yeah, you might need a pep talk. Yeah, you're pretty good on the tree. We didn't never want to race. Nate was always, man, there was always a like, fuck, we got to race Nate. I mean,
yeah, we did.
and you're getting a top of line car. I mean, his car, their equivalent, everything. Man, it's gonna be great. They're gonna do great this year.
And a big shout out to our crew.
Yeah.
Jack, Bob, Tyson, Paul Summers.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, Paul,
and Nate's guys. Yeah. So we're excited.
So are we gonna make Nate continue with the Italian theme?
No, that's the thing. We got to do the Italian.
I think Nate's all in. I think Nate's in on that. So that'll be good.
Man, I'll tell you, during the summer, I get a really nice tan, so I'll be dark. I'll fit in great.
I think they just went. I think they just got disconnected. Are they frozen on your end too, Nate?
Yeah, they're frozen on my end. I got a great picture of the guys. No, dude, we're jacked, really. Like, when Chris called me, I was just super excited. I didn't know what I was going to do, what I wanted to do. I know I want to run my new car this year. I know I wanted to do some RBW and radials racing and stuff like that. And so for me, this was a really good match. He's got a great crew. The car will get to the next racetrack. Like, I can take a step back from some of the logistics part of it because Chris will be there to help. And it's a great fit, really. I mean, we always pitted next to each other at the races anyway.
Yeah. For sure.
We were jamming each other's music and stuff all the time. It was fun.
Now, a little bit ago, I heard you mention the MH8. Is that the motor you're waiting on? That's the one you said you didn't have a motor yet for the Nova?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I sold the motor to a fellow racer, no prep racer, and I'm waiting for the new MH8 to come. And my other car will get the second one that's available, but then there's a few in front of me, so I'm gonna have to patiently wait until that happens. But we'll have it in plenty of time for getting this thing ready for small tires.
Now, I know you're a competitor, so I got to ask you, the points championship, the 7-race points championship, that's a quick championship. There's only 7 races, as we know right now.
Yeah.
There's really no messing around. You can't really fall behind on that one. Are you looking more forward to that challenge, and that's 40,000 to win every race, or are you looking more forward to the small tire events for 100K of the baddest? It will be the baddest small tire racers in the whole country.
Dude, I think the first day, Boosted said there was over 100 entries.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna stop it at like 130 or 140 or something like that. Can you imagine that? The 140 of the baddest dudes on small tire running. And like, for me to even get to race with some of those guys, like, I haven't done a lot of small tire stuff. I've done some radial racing, very little of it, nothing of this caliber. But I'm really excited to learn from it. We're going to do some testing. I got one of the best in the business, tuning the car and setting it up. So, I mean, Lee tuned Swanstrom's car at that big race. He took 250 grand home or whatever. That was my tuner that helped him do that. So I'm very confident in our ability to make shit happen. Just a matter of putting all the puzzle pieces together. The cool part, like I say, is we're going to leave Gucci to rest while we do that. All his crew's going to come over and work on my car. It's just, honestly, it's a great combo.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like Gucci's coming right now.
Sorry, guys.
Go.
Hey, fellas.
Go to the bathroom.
Ambulance, everything came by, and all of a sudden their Wi-Fi went out.
It's all good. Glad you're back. So, as some fans know, most fans probably know by now, this year's theme for the invitational events is that it's open. It's no longer invite only. It's no longer you got to be part of the guys. You got to earn your way in. It is anybody can show up and race you guys at any race for one race, all the races, whatever they want. Nate, I know you talked to a lot of guys outside of No Prep Kings and drivers and stuff like that. Do you think anybody is actually going to have the balls to show up and race you guys, though, who's not normally in No Prep Kings?
I think so. I mean, the people that I have talked to so far, it has been very like, oh my God, I get to come there and race with you guys. And we want them to. Like, I wanted to. I'll be honest, dude, not a lot of people know this. I watched Street Outlaws from season 1 on the couch every Monday night with my daughter, And I mean, even before she was born, and literally she would be like race night. We'd do it as a family. She'd draw the slip, Dad and Hayden, and she get to pick the car, and like that's what we did. And honestly, watching those guys, Sean and Ryan and Jeff Lutz and all those guys race, that's what made me want to build a car and join this. And now this is everybody's opportunity to not have to get lucky like I did. I got lucky and I came out and raced futures and we did really well. And then the next season was a team season and I got lucky. Like Bodie picked me and I got in right away. And it hadn't been that way for a lot of people. A lot of people race futures for years. And now here's your opportunity. If you want to let them hang and you got a piece of equipment that you think will do it, come out and race. Even if you don't, come out and race. I mean, you get to line up against Ryan Martin. I still get weird about that.
Once you come to a race and watch the Street Outlaws, you're hooked. I mean, it's going to be off the chain this year. I mean, you're going to see fast cars. You're going to see.
It'll be cool.
You're going to see
no rules, no excuses, right? There'll be no excuses this year.
I mean, Sam did a great job this year on this.
Like Ryan said the other day, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, so forgive me if I'm saying something I shouldn't, but it's outlaws doing outlaw shit.
That's right. 100%.
And like that is their meat and potatoes of this season. It is run what you brung and hope you brought enough. And it's gonna be interesting because Chris and I don't like to lose. So like who knows what we'll do.
I mean, we're all in. Like, I mean, Nate's always been all in. We've been all in. It's just gonna be the ideas. What are we doing? What can we try? It's just going to be. I mean, Nate, go through the format this year. You have it with you?
I don't have it on here, but basically, it's the rule. The only rule really is steel roof and quarters.
See, I got the rules right here. Let's see what it is.
Oh, perfect. We can go back to a 36-inch tire for everybody who's wondering.
Yep, 36-inch tire max.
So Gucci's getting new shoes.
We getting this shit done. I'm like, Nate, 5 times a day. Here we go.
So basically, the rules: steel roof and quarters, and that's it. Steel roof and quarters,
which is cool because now you don't have to worry about the scales.
Well, you don't have to worry about shit. There's no excuses. Again, the guys who talk shit and said, "Hey, I can beat those guys," and now they can come out. There's no excuse for them not to come out and prove a point, right? So that's gonna be cool. I'm definitely.
I do have a question for you guys because I've learned a few things over the years watching you guys. I'm not just sitting here being a dummy. So we have seen with these no rules and no weight limits, we have seen another No Prep Kings guy, Mr. Kai Kelly, take his steel roof and quarters car to the Pro Mod race and run some really fast times on it. Do you think screw blowers to start with are going to have an advantage? Or do you really think the no prep surface, if it's no preppy enough, will kind of be an equalizer?
I'll let you guys start off.
Well, I mean, I'll give you my opinion. Obviously, Kai had a little bit of, so you have the power with the screw blower. That was our bitch as a Pro Charger car. I always like the rules. Anywhere else, the Pro Charger is lighter than a screw. But No Prep Kings last year, a screw was lighter than a Pro Charger than us, which didn't make sense. But we still did good. Except for when we got to some of those tracks where they were really good, and that's when Jim Howe took us out first round because that was, the deal was, I mean, we didn't have enough, So I think on no prep, I think it'll even it out. I don't know. That's the cool thing, right? Like I don't know without no rules. I don't know what's going to happen, right? Like the screw, obviously, you can run a bigger supercharger centrifugal. You can run 140, 160. You can run anything you want. So it'll be interesting. So, yeah, I don't know who's going to have the advantage, right? I think, and I talked to Ryan about this, I think with the way they're doing this, and he wasn't scared, and I'll give Ryan that, is I was like, you need to put at least a weight roll in, right? Like put a minimum weight, 2,700 pounds. And he was like, no, fuck that. And he can't get under that. He can't get under that. Right. And Gucci, the paint and everything, you can only get to a certain weight. He was like, I ain't scared. I'm not going to do it. I'm like, okay. I said, because this way now you can get somebody who's super light, maybe a purpose-built car
that could possibly run away with it. That's my opinion, but then I don't know. I went back and forth, started thinking about it, and after Nate and everybody, I mean, Gucci's gonna do good. I mean, and put whatever. I mean, I don't know. You could dip a little
Right.
nitrous. You can do whatever you want. There's no more rules.
That.
Cubic inches. I don't know. You could do whatever you want. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, no more weight for cubic inch.
Yeah.
No more nothing. I mean, it's going to be 300-foot wheeling cams going down the track. Right?
Yeah.
You're going to see that.
So it'll be interesting. So I don't know. I don't know who's going to have an advantage. It's still going to be no prep. So that's always been the game changer. A lot of guys will come out and believe me, if you've never been on no prep, it's not easy, right? Everybody who's came and said, I'm going to kick your ass, comes out and says, damn, it isn't that easy, So a lot of people find out this year.
And the one thing I know is Seppi and Nate are good on the tree.
Yeah.
So bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
For sure. Yeah. Speaking of the tree, so we all know the controversy last year, and it's always like this every year, but it became really prevalent last year about the damn tree, guessing on the tree and anything. Has anything been said about that for this year, or is it just going to remain the same like it has been every year?
Nate?
My understanding is it's going to be instant green still. But they said, I was watching Ryan's live, I think it was, and they said that it would go back and forth. So they said that they could run sometimes and not sometimes. So I think that kind of depends. But I think for the most part, it's going to be instant green. It's kind of what made No Prep Kings what it is. I personally would rather have a pro tree.
Me too.
Way rather have it. Like, that's what I've raced on for most of my racing career. So I'd rather have that. But unfortunately, we don't make those decisions. But I know whatever they do, it's going to be cool, and it's going to be cool to be a part of it. And it's going to be cool that every person sitting watching this right now that has the balls can bring their car at any one of these races and run us. There's no question about it. There's no like, oh, are you going to be here or there? All of us. There's a bunch of us that have committed to this series in every race, which we definitely have. Chris and I are committed to the 7 races for sure, and the small tire stuff. And here's your opportunity.
Hell yeah.
You're going to be racing a lot this Nate.
Yeah.
He's going to be busy, man. Full-time racer, dude.
I got my Pro Mod's just about out of paint right now. I got pictures of it today. I'm super excited. And we're going to run winter series with that. So I'm going to try and bring Team Gucci over with us with that Pro Mod series as well.
Can I come hang out with you guys if I want to come out or no?
No, you're still cool, bro.
All right.
Well, and I like it's back to 40,000 for winter, right?
Yeah, that went up to 10,000 year.
Yeah.
And then we race for race the champion for Friday night for 10 grand. So Kai, Ryan, Sean, and Birdman, and then 4 people that get to race for $10,000 on Friday night. Basically the first one, I don't remember how they said the first matchup goes, but the second one, everybody's name goes in a bucket. And so you could race anybody.
Yeah, one round of racing, cut down the field, and then the winners draw for the additional 4 spots. 8 racers compete for the $10,000 prize. So there'll be $10,000 on Friday, it looks like. Beat the champ race, where 4 racers are selected to compete against in a bracket with 4 former champions. So Kai, just like Nate said. Yeah. So that'll be cool. So that's something on Friday night that they gave up last year. So there'll be 10,000. That'll be some money.
Well, and think about that for everybody that's like coming to get involved. If you get lucky enough and get in that thing, like literally some guy watching this thing right now that's never raced on a show or anything could get in and race Ryan Martin or Kai Kelly. You could literally race a champion of No Prep Kings, Street Outlaws. Like, it's unheard of.
Yeah. Like you said, a few years, season 1, that would have been like something you wanted to do. You want to come in, you want to race one of those guys and prove you can kick their ass, which you're doing now, but you can come in now and enter and do that. Yeah. So it's going to be a different year. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah. I'm really excited about California. Like, First time ever in California.
Bakersfield,
Like-
yeah, which is right down the street,
Oh.
which sucks.
I hope the turnout is off the chain. Like,
Can I
bring
warm up
them
the
all
car,
out.
Nate? Nate, can I warm up the car? Is
Bring
that
'em
cool?
out.
Like maybe sit in it and stuff.
I'll let you, just as long as you don't make anything malfunction.
Don't be pressing wrong buttons.
Yeah, I know. Nate, I'll have to show him the dash and stuff. You know, that's key. The Motec dash, so that's still
Yeah, I get a
staying
little
in
mad
there.
if that ain't.
You know,
going
you got to
across
have
the
you
screen.
got the reverse backup. I'll show you how to back up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. It's gonna be a learning experience for me too, because my car's set up a little different than that. So it's gonna be a learning experience for me. But we'll have lots of testing in before.
Let me ask you real quick. I don't want to get. You use your left hand for trans brake? You do, right? I'm pretty sure you do. Oh, you don't.
Oh,
No, I use my right hand.
Was on the left. Use the right.
Yep.
Yeah, I use my left.
Switch hitting. Yeah.
Okay,
For
so
the
you're gonna have
button,
to
for the
switch. You're gonna have to switch
the
that.
button?
Yeah, the button. And you do it on the steering wheel or the shifter? You're gonna have to set that up. Whatever. We'll talk about that later.
Mine's on the steering wheel on my right hand.
Okay, so you just got to
Same.
switch that over. Okay, so you can just switch that right over to the right. Same button now. I copied your button actually when we started cutting better lights. I went and looked at.
I noticed that you treed me.
Yeah, I looked. I said, "What the fuck is Nate doing?" And I went over there and I checked it out. Ryan
And
thinks
I was
I'm
like,
jumping.
"Holy shit! Is that the
good.
kangaroo over there?" And then
I'm just good on the tree. I never guess. You know, if the car goes, but I never guess. So, yeah.
Ryan thought you jumped a lot, but we looked at video.
Ryan was late.
Ryan was
He's not gonna. Don't let him on. Ryan was late.
I can't.
He's late sometimes, and he was late. I'll say that now because I'm not going to see him. So fucking Ryan Martin was late, and the more pressure, the later rounds he was late. And that's not the Modelo talking or whatever.
man.
Yeah, he was late. I was
Modelo.
good on the tree. Ryan was late.
I feel like this
everybody-
deja.
I saw you.
I feel like it's
Everybody's
deja vu.
Good.
everybody's asking about wheelbase in there.
Huh?
As far as I know, wheelbase can be whatever now. I think it just has to have steel roof and quarters. So
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
to answer
Just steel
everybody's
roof and
question
quarters.
about that. My understanding is that's what it is. So
You could have a titanium, which I wasn't for it, but I'm telling you, they're all for it. You can have anything goes.
Yeah, you want
super
outlaw?
lightweight
You're
titanium
getting
front end,
outlaw.
carbon
Yeah.
fiber. Just you need a steel roof and quarter, and so that's going to be interesting what
Yeah.
people will show up with. Anything goes, steel roof and quarter. That's going to be
Yeah.
wild, man. That's going to be wild. Yeah, Pat Musey coming with 13. I see that on there for whatever. 1300. We can. That goes. Anything goes. If he could rev it past 7,500. Maybe I'll run a mile per hour.
I really think like Chris, you brought this up a little earlier ago. Like, do you think that like Kai Kelly can get to a weight that we can't get to? Like straight up. I mean, he could be 2,600 pounds.
I mean, I think on no prep, I don't see the same
think that
way.
the track will still be the equalizer. I really do.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's got 98 over. If you guys remember that, the guy's got 98 over. Most of them switched it back to 92 over.
Right.
Because the car was quicker. Like, I really think that the track is going to be the equalizer in this. I don't foresee them being able to go. I mean, you could run a screw 128 over. And we can't do that. We'll send ours to the moon if we try that stuff. So.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen, Seb?
What?
120 over. I mean.
Oh well, I mean, you're going to struggle with power. That's the thing. And some of the guys, you'll. Oh, it's no prep. It's not no prep. Everybody talks shit online. Oh, it's good. It's not. It's not. And guys who ran both, like Kai Kelly, so he went 50s, 59. So you are still going to struggle, but it's more of a challenge, right? It's whoever can power management the best.
Right.
So that really boils down to a tuner's game and stuff like that. The car's got to be prepped right for it. I mean, it's interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. I guess no excuses, and that'll be an interesting year to see how that all plays
somebody
out.
was asking about the pecker extenders on the car. I think that no matter what, the car still has to be like track approved, whether we have what rules we have or whatever.
I guess no rules. Yeah, you can't stick a peg.
You
I
can't
didn't think
have-
about that.
You can't have an overhang for over 47 inches. You can't do that. So that's not our rules. That's a track rule. to answer that question, that's what I believe to be true. I don't know that for certain, but that was my understanding of that.
Yeah, I guess you can't blatantly cheat like that, right? Like, oh, let me drag something underneath the car or whatever and just jump.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I mean, a lot of the difference is we just won't have to run nitro in the frame rails anymore. We'll be able to put it right in the fuel tank.
Yeah, you won't have to put it in your socks, put the nitrous bottle in your sock anymore. I was like, damn, what's going on, dude? He's limping when we raced him at the top end. I'm like, what's going on, man? What do you got down there?
I know he tried to come in for the bro hug, and I was like, bro, hold on, I'm slipping. I didn't.
So, Nate, what do you think? 7 races. What do you think about where we're going?
Oh, shit, Nate. Ryan called you? Text you?
He said, Ryan said he's going to a few. Yeah.
I'm going to get off if Ryan gets on right now. I'm going to get off.
Oh, you got to stay now.
He was late. I'm telling you right now, he was late on the tree. Never jumped. He was late on the tree.
Oh, am I back?
Oh, hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris. Ryan said he didn't get the link. He wants to get on.
Okay, I sent it to him. I texted it to him, but I'll work on getting it to him right now.
Okay. He said
so then
work.
Giuseppe, when he gets on, then Giuseppe can replay what he said before when Ryan wasn't on.
Yeah, he was just.
Think he will
right now. Slow.
Oh, Ryan would get so mad. He'd be like, "You're a kangaroo, Giuseppe."
What? I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I slipped a little something in his water bottle. I would see because we're cool like that, so I would just say over there, and I'm like, "Damn, man, Ryan." He just slowed down there. Oh, that looks nice.
Hey, how come we don't have smalls on there yet, Nate? Come on, man.
Oh, the wheels are unbolted. It's ready.
All right, good. Yeah, the small tire.
What is that, like a 500 square foot shop? You got like a little 1-car garage, 1.5 car garage there?
Yeah, 1.5.
Oh, look, there's enough for Gucci's rig in there. Look at that.
Right there.
Yeah, we put Gucci right next to her.
There we go. Hey, I got a surprise guest coming out here.
Here we go.
What's up?
Hey, Chris, he's a little late like normal. He's a little late to the party like normal, but
me? Who's late? Who's late?
No, I was just. Oh, you weren't watching the live feed, obviously.
No.
But Nate was saying you were late on the tree all year, and you were kind of
slow. Oh, here we go.
I feel like it's deja vu again.
Hey, I see you got the kangaroo in.
I also mentioned that, Ryan.
I got my Velcro kangaroos on.
Yeah.
Right here,
what are you? Hey, man, I thought. What's Giuseppe doing in here anyway?
I'm just here to pass over. I just handed.
Okay.
I'm here feeding Chris.
Okay.
That's all. I'm here.
Gotcha.
Whatever he needs. I'm his assistant today.
How many Patron shots are you guys in over there?
Well, Chris is actually light on today. He's like 1.5 in, 2 in.
Oh, that's good.
2 doubles in, but I'm ordering another one right now. Give me another double.
Okay.
I'm a lot.
I'm
I'm a lot in right now.
Let's order another one. Right?
So Ryan, obviously you know the news, but what are your feelings about Nate Sayler joining Team Gucci for this season of Speed Promotions Racing?
Well, I didn't like it at first. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it technically dropped a car out. Like I was looking forward to Giuseppe racing that car and Nate racing his car, but from what I understand with Giuseppe's things changing like they have for him, at least. I mean, look, if nobody would have been there to drive that car for Team Gucci, then it is cool that Nate stepped up to drive it. So I mean, really, it's not like it changed a lot, but I really wish they were both there racing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I never thought about that. That is true.
Yeah, I'm all for the car count this year. I don't know if we can pull it off, but I want to try to get 32 cars at every single race plus some. And and so for me, my goals have just changed a little bit. I think of different things when we're trying to put all this deal together of like, how do we fill the ladder? How do we make it to where there's 32 plus cars there? And so anytime I hear, well, so-and-so's dropping out or whatever, for whatever reason, which I know, look, we all got personal stuff and work and all. And so, that's just life. We totally all understand that, but it'd be cool if they were both running, but I think he'll be a good fit for the team.
Yeah.
You could always have both of your cars run.
I
to
could
fill the field.
Yeah, but would I have Giuseppe drive one of them?
There you go.
Maybe.
There you go. Yeah.
Giuseppe, are you horrible or
Trust
what?
me. Huh?
Here's the
I don't
twist.
know.
We don't want to tell you guys, but the twist on this deal was, yeah, he's not racing for Chris anymore, but he's going
I'm
to race
gonna be
for me.
driving. I'm gonna be
There's been a
driving.
complete
I'm gonna be
turn.
driving the Fireball with a screw blower.
Yep.
We're
Yeah,
not worried
that's
about
right.
the screws at all. So
We had to
That's
put like a
true.
foreign cushion on it, but we're good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
are you Ryan, what are you doing with your car? You running the Pro Charger on nitrous or just Pro Charger? What are you doing?
Pro Charger. I put a Liberty in it this year. And since
How many gears?
five,
How many gears?
5-speed.
Oh, that's it. That's good.
So
That's good to
my
start
changes
with,
will
five.
be Liberty locked up 36s and probably nitrous. Probably nitrous,
Damn.
depending on how that
Holy
works.
shit! So Ryan, before you got on, I was telling everybody that I was all about putting weight on it, and you were like, "No, I want to do outlaw shit this year," and I was all about the weight thing. And actually, after I thought about it some more, it is cool as fuck to have.
It's not cool, bro. I want a minimum weight.
Dude,
Hey,
I
now
don't
that I'm
think
not
a
racing
minimum-
the school,
I don't
Ryan,
really
did you
think a
lighten your
minimum
car
weight
up?
thing would kill us. Do what?
he said, "Did you line your car up?" Well, that's another thing. I said, "Ryan, how light can he get?"
Yeah.
Realistically,
Yeah.
that does not benefit you. You're
Right.
not doing anything to benefit you as far as no weight minimum.
No, look, man, it's not hidden. I'm not like a small guy. So when you've got a 240, 250
Yeah.
pound driver as it is, you're at a 50-pound weight advantage, disadvantage for somebody like, I don't know what Giuseppe, what you weigh right now, but like let's just call it a 200.
Nate
200. I'm getting down 200
Nate's
just in case.
Nate's
by the way.
178. Did he
Laid on
take
the tree,
drugs or what?
He's not 178.
Well,
Nate's
he
not
I'll
said
be
by the time
185 by the time we race. I'm 190
Oh, so-
pounds right now.
Okay, so I'm going to conservatively call it 200. So like a heavy guy like myself, a 40 or 50-pound weight difference right there. Now our car it did have weight in it for all year last year. So obviously I'm going to ditch the weight, but what matters is how you can make the car work. So just because you could take all the weight out, if you got to turn around and put the weight back in the truck to get the car to work, you didn't really win anything. I think that a minimum weight thing would make people feel better, but I honestly do not think it will change anything as far as the racing goes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I would not miss though is I wouldn't miss crossing the scales every time.
I'll call you. You would? Oh yeah, having to go and
You
look, some of the racetracks
what fuel you have in it.
do what?
Is nitro allowed?
Man, I don't. I don't.
No
if
rules.
If they're saying no rules, I got to tell you, anything's allowed, right? I mean,
So how big of a shot?
as of right now, I think that everybody's saying no rules. The people that matter are saying no rules. So if it's really no rules,
unlimited wheelbase too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we didn't take the wheelbase thing off, but we didn't set a wheelbase. But I think the only one when we say no rules, I think in our head it was steel roof and quarters, anything goes.
Yeah. And that's what it should be.
That's
So
also my
people are
Yeah,
asking
that's
about
a lot.
wheelbase. There's no, as far as I know. I mean, I'm not speaking but from what I looked at the rules, it doesn't matter the wheelbase. You could have a steel roof and quarter 140-inch car. I guess you could have a.
I like Sean. Gucci to the front. Go. I like
Happy.
that. I like that.
Yeah.
We're coming after Ryan.
Now, Ryan, I love this idea, and I think it's going to be great with the no rules and stuff. But in an instance where something is what you guys didn't expect in some combination or something is dominating, will you guys do what you have done in the past, where you guys will look at things in a week-to-week or race-to-race base and be like, okay, well, clearly this is an advantage, and make a change at that point?
Man, I'll be honest with you. Contrary to popular belief, this is the first time that I've ever had even a small part of anything to do with the rules, and I don't really know what I'm doing. And that being said, it's not just me, right? So it's like a bunch of us got together and said, we want to save this series, and this is what we think will help. And we pitched the thing, Outlaws doing outlaw shit, and it was throwing the rules out. But we didn't really think any farther than that. And we knew that people were going to push back. But when we said it, look, the people that mattered went, hell yeah, we love that. Like if y'all are willing to do that, we want to do it. So I don't know, man. You're asking me questions like I'm prepared to answer that. And to be honest with you, I am not. I don't know. this is how I think for myself personally. I don't feel like I have the combo that could potentially be the top tier combo. Like I really don't. I don't. I think that it does lean
Stop
towards
it.
the screw car advantage for sure, right? I mean, look, we all know 128 over screw.
You don't have one of those anymore, right?
Do what?
You don't have a screw.
Oh, I forgot I do have one of those.
You don't have a
going
screw
on.
car anymore.
Damn, I
Okay,
forgot.
yeah, but okay, so
No, but listen, I'm coming out with the gray car. And the way it is not, here's what I'm saying. My red car with a screw doesn't have the advantage because it is heavy. That is a heavy car. I've never hidden that.
yeah,
Everybody's
it is.
seen it over the
It is.
scales. That car's 100 pounds too damn heavy. So my car at 128 over, I do not feel like is going to have an advantage. Now, if you want to talk about somebody who could, because he's been brought up, is Kai Kelly. Well, we know that Kai's car can get light, and we know that it's super fast. It's already went and whipped on a bunch of pro mods. So everybody picks that's the car that's going to be tough, and that's the car that's going to not be, it's going to run away with it or whatever. But when you start talking to Kai about his combo for no prep, I mean, he has to run his a little bit heavier too because he's got to get weight in the trunk. And they struggled with that car last year, didn't win any races because they couldn't get it down the track through the middle with the amount of power that it had then. So now you uncap it and you give the thing 500 more horsepower. Is he going to struggle more because of that?
Yep.
Probably. And yeah,
He would actually be smarter to lighten it up
about
and detune it.
Possibly, yes. And I'm sure.
Well, is that the combo?
I don't know that is. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. So look, this is our year to do something crazy that we haven't done before. We've shortened the amount of races down to 7 so that it's easier for people to make all of them for a championship run. And look, man, it's only 7 races. I mean, we're going to know pretty quick. I don't think anybody's going to dominate early on. I really don't. And I think you're going to see the same parity as far as the different winners. I think you're going to get a screw car one day. I think you're going to get a Pro Charge car. There's so many damn Pro Charger cars that if I was to guess at the end of this 7 race series, Pro Charger is still going to have won most of them. That's what I honestly feel like.
Yeah. And Bakersfield, I've raced there before. That's local track for me, a couple hours away, 2.5, 2 hours away from me. It's tricky, right? Like that track, the East Coast, it's different than the West Coast stuff for sure. So even that track with no prep, it's going to be challenging. It'll be fun. It'll be something different than, the track's good. It's safe. But the prep will be different than what you guys are used to. Even though you start with no prep, it's going to be definitely.
Are y'all in Compton?
No, we're right down the street. Kendrick Lamar's right down the street over here.
We're at the restaurant you came to that night.
Oh, I thought that was I thought you told me that was Compton.
No.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Compton would have been closer for me, actually. That's only 2 minutes from my house.
Hey, what are you thinking, man? How you feeling?
I'm excited, dude. I'm excited they dropped it down to 7 races. It makes it more manageable for me, like missing my business and my family. And I got my 6-year-old, and she's got junior dragster stuff this year. So I'm not going to miss all that. I'm excited for that. I really am. I'm excited. Ryan, you kind of missed it. We're going to try and make at least one Canada race.
Oh, cool.
We don't know which one yet. We want to go to the one where there's going to be the steepest competition against the U.S. because we want to help support Team United States and do that. So we have to discuss that with you guys. But we want to at least make one Canadian race and see if we can hang.
Yeah. You said you touched on that deal with the 7 races, and I did too. But honestly, that was one of the biggest things. Talking to all the racers, everybody that we talked to, was I really can't hang with y'all's 14, 15, 16 race series for a championship. And when you can't, Nate, I heard it from you all year last year, but you're not the only one. This is hard for me in my business. I don't get to see my daughter as much. All that same stuff that I even say myself. And so we thought this was the chance to try to make it better for the racers and make it more appealing for people to come out and race. Is they don't have to chase 16 races. They only got to chase 7,
Yeah.
And so I really hope that that's a big contributor to what brings more people in the gate for us as far as racers,
You know what else I think is going to help with that, Ryan, is if you want to touch on this, is there's no more race your way in.
There's not. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
All run field, so it's an all-run field this year.
It's an all-run field. So if we get some crazy amount of cars, everybody's running.
Wow, that's cool.
Well, we wanted it to feel more like there was a lot of people that didn't get to test as much as us, that didn't get to run as much as us, that were stuck down in the race your way in, that for whatever reason just weren't allowed in, or whatever the case was. And we didn't. I mean, we kind of thought to ourselves, this is the year to try to change anything, any negativity. Let's try to change that. What is the negativity? So one of the things was, well, half the time you can't go race with them anyway because you got to make it through your race your way in, and sometimes you can't do it. Or you've got other guys out there that want to race your way in and they still weren't invited into it, or whatever the case was. And this way, every single person that has a big tire car has the opportunity to come race. If y'all got buddies that got big tire cars, they're coming. They're going to get to race in the Invitational with us. And I think it's going to make them. Y'all all know we had the field just wasn't as good when we only had those Elite 16 racers like last year.
Yeah,
I assume you guys probably agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to get it back to where we got 30 or 40, and then it gives the fans that come a lot of racers to watch.
Yeah, definitely. I got to ask y'all,
And the
what's your
40,000 to
mindset?
win this.
Go ahead, Chris.
Ryan, the 40,000 to win this year and the 10,000 on Friday. I love that.
That was definitely appealing to all of us. We got our 40,000 to win back, and then got some more money for Friday, because I felt like Friday, a lot of us, me and Sean talked about this, and specifically like Fridays, we were like, how do we make our deal better? Well, Fridays weren't very good last year because you weren't racing for anything. We were just grudge racing. I would grudge race Giuseppe. Giuseppe would jump on me. He'd go red. It was the same story every Friday.
Ryan was tired. He was fucking late, and it was just like, I don't know what happened.
It was the same.
And we never went to dinner that night after.
Hey,
Why?
but
I know.
but
Yeah. No,
So,
but there
guys who
wasn't
wanna
much
race
to watch.
Ryan, Murder Nova, Nate Sayler, there's no excuse for them. They can come out and race you. And that guys that are saying, oh, well, they don't let me in to race. I can beat Ryan, but they don't let me in to race.
Yeah. No, that's out the window. So yeah, you might be able to beat me, but now you get the chance to come try it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you leave on time, it should be a good race.
Now there's a rule in there that we might enable for just Giuseppe, and just randomly we're going to put a pro tree up so he can't guess on it.
Well, Nate's down for any tree. What tree did you want, Nate?
I want a pro tree.
Pro tree.
Yeah.
We talked about a couple of these races. Like, I think we're going to flip a quarter, and we're going to race pro tree at a couple of these events.
Can we use my quarter?
No, we can't use your used car salesman double-headed quarter. We cannot use that.
Oh,
Hey, look,
that's already.
I'm proud to be a used car
salesman.
salesman. I tag that in every post we put. I am a used car salesman. I 100% am.
I know. Trust me, I can feel it when I text you sometimes. Randomly, he tries to sell me shit without, like, after I get off the phone with him, I want to buy something from him, and I didn't even call him for that.
Yeah. I was one button away from an Escalade the other day.
Exactly. That's what he does to you. That's what he does to you, man. He's good at it. But no, we cannot use your double-sided quarter, Nate.
Damn it.
Fuck.
What about the small tire stuff? What do you know about that? That's open to everybody too.
It's open. Well, it is. Yes. Okay, so I don't know everything. I'm gonna tell you what I know. There was an open registration. It's already full. So
I'm in.
But you're already in. So like the people that are willing, that are going to race the 7 events in big tire, that would like to run small tire, get a slot automatically.
Man, you took away my feeling special all of a sudden.
Well, I mean, you're special as in you're racing in all the big tire events, and that's what got you a key to the door.
You don't look special that way, Nate. You're not.
I know, bro. Thanks.
Different type of special.
Is it for that small tire no prep race for 100K? Is it safe to say that the Phoenix going into that is probably the car to beat?
I will never. You won't hear me say shit like that because I feel like that just gives me bad juju.
Go ahead and say it then.
No, I'm not going to do it. But I do feel like I have a pretty strong.
Have you won any small tire races?
I will say this: if I pull onto the property with that thing, I do feel like I'm a good solid top 10.
Oh yeah.
Now he's being modest. You hear that, boys?
Man, I've just figured out, and you start getting cocky, all of a sudden your progress starts going downhill. So, all I'm going to say is, well, look, we work on that car a lot. It's been the only thing we've raced the entire winter. Like, we parked all the big tire cars back at the last NPK race, and sent one to the paint shop, put a transmission in one of them, went to the chassis shop to put a training. We haven't done anything to those, but we have been racing the piss out of that small tire car.
Yeah, you've been killing it. Didn't you do like 5 in a row? And then you went red trying to guess?
Yeah. I did not try to guess. I did not pull a Giuseppe, but I did go red, yes.
Man, that thing was flying. I saw it.
Ryan, tell us a little bit about Canada, like all the 3 races. What are you thinking?
It has been brought up to us. We're not really giving our 2 cents about Canada exactly, but we're trying to listen to the Canadian racers as to what they would like to see when we come. And I have heard that they would like to race our big tire cars. So they would like to put a big tire team together. And there was 2 things talked about. They were talking about a small series, like a Canadian series, if you will. 3 races, 3 racetracks, a small point series, and maybe like a mini championship.
And is there a maple syrup for championship trophy or what?
Yeah, it gets poured on your head after you win the championship.
I'll take that.
Yeah, and some of our guests are going to be all the the Canadian. What's the Canadian TV show where they're all police officers and it's hilarious?
I don't know that one.
Answer.
You know, Nate? No.
I can't believe y'all don't watch TV. Damn it! What is that?
But I'm hoping to get Nate to the first race, and then he'll love the Canadian first race, and we'll go to the next 2.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the Canadian deal was pretty cool last year. You know, the MPK events that have like a really good feel are always the ones that like pack all the stands, and there's people standing in the VIP boxes. That's how Canada is. Canada reminds me of like season 2 MPK, where it was like off the charts and in the standing room only, and people cheering, and your lines never stop, and like you leave at 2 a.m. and the people are still in line. Like, that's the Canada vibes. So
Really,
when that's how it was last year, man. And there were so many people that said they didn't get to come out. So I don't know. I'm pretty stoked for that. We'll see. I expect it to be just as good or better than it was last year.
Wow. That's awesome.
you hear that, Nate? We're in, baby.
I said maybe. 1 for sure.
Pretty good. You roped him into 1, and Nate's a racer. So if he has a good time at that
right.
1, he's going to race the other 2.
Well, the good part is I'm pretty close to Canada, eh?
That's true.
Yeah, you are.
Like, I'm
Yep.
4 hours from Edmonton, or 5 hours from Edmonton.
Yep.
So,
I wanted to get y'all opinion, a mindset for the 7-point race series. So when I heard there was very limited rules, first thing that went through my mind is people are going to try a bunch of stuff, and but thinking about how there's only 7 races for the championship, if you're serious about winning a championship, I wouldn't think you would want to get too crazy with this, because in the past couple of seasons you could switch combos like Scott Taylor did midway through the season, and he made the no prep elite, and he had a chance to win a championship at the end. I think with the short 7 race season, what is your mindset going into it? Are you guys going to try some stuff, or are you going to go with Old Faithful, or how do you think it's going to play out?
go ahead, Ryan.
Man, I kind of answered this a minute ago, but basically, I'm gonna start off with the Pro Charge car because I mean what I say. I think that that's going to be the most dominant combination still, but I do think that because of the amount of Pro Charge cars there are. And man, I'm fortunate enough that I still got the Old Faithful OG, and as y'all know, it's got a screw combo in it. I've got some things I want to try with that. I'm sure we'll have both cars set on ready, but I think it will be tough for somebody that only has one car to bail off into a whole nother combo. So I feel like you're going to see most people finish what they started. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep, that makes sense.
This is yours.
Is Ryan, is Carson coming out this year?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yep.
Nice, very nice.
Yep.
I also think
So Carson's coming out. Seppi's not coming out.
Yeah. Terrible.
Scared. I was scared when they were setting the rules. I got scared.
Yeah.
I also think, like, reiterating exactly what Ryan said, I really think that if you look at, even though there's way more Pro Charger cars than screw cars, if you look at the consistency of like even my Pro Charger car, there is very few runs that I ever had to abort, ever.
Yeah.
And I think that that's going to be still, I mean, we're still dealing with the same track. It's not like we're going to go out there and lay the glue down. And I mean, there'll be a time for that at the radial race that Boosted's putting on, but not for no prep. Like we're going to still go out there and run on the same track that we were running. And Ryan, as you know, I mean, you're a tuner and a driver and all this, like, I don't tune the car, so I don't know that aspect of it. But Lee tells me we don't use everything we got already. So if you add more to stuff that we already are not using, you're just gonna have more in reserve. Like we leave very limited on what it could actually do.
I would say to be realistic, half of the racetracks last year you could really use your power, and half of the tracks you couldn't. Yeah. And some of those, some of those would shine, right? Like when the tuners are on the property, they can look at the track and look at the data and go, hey, look, like this will take some more up top or whatever. And sometimes when they're not, it's probably hard for them to judge what the thing will take and what the thing won't take. But I do believe that if you add, I don't know, we'll say 200 to 500 horsepower to these cars, what are they going to do? I mean, the thing that you don't know and the things that we're banking on is that, we're going to open these things up and like the fastest car is going to win, the one with the most horsepower. But I don't think that's what it's going to be, because I do believe the car that makes the most horsepower there will be a 128 over screw car.
Well, that's just a fact.
Yeah.
But I don't think necessarily having the most power is going to do any good. That's
what I'm saying. Which could be more challenging, and I think it's gonna throw some different things. Like, look, what's this gonna do? People are gonna break some cars. People are gonna break some motors. People are gonna miss the tune-ups, and it's a lot harder on stuff when you're running one at a screw with 60 pounds of boost versus a screw at 45 pounds of boost. So, and then people may get crazy and start trying nitro. And number one, that's going to be some cool blue flames possibly. But if it doesn't do anything else, it might just tear cars up. You don't know. But it's just going to be an interesting, not that that's a good thing, because as just said, even as me as a racer, I don't want to go out and spend a bunch of damn money. But I do think that the limited amount of traction will maybe keep people from going just absolutely crazy.
I think so too.
Ryan, have you heard of anybody outside the box wanting to come out and try since there's no rules? Anybody that's not in production.
I've heard a couple. Like I personally called Manny Bajinga and said, "Hey, I know you raced this series with us a couple of years back. You didn't get in. It's wide open. So if you want to come on." And we talked for 30 minutes or so, and he seemed intrigued and interested. But he's doing a lot of racing. I know for a fact. I mean, he's doing some no time stuff this weekend. He's got a Pro Mod car. He's blah blah blah. So I don't know. We might see him. There's a couple of new cars that have been built for No Prep Kings that have taken a long time to build that are finally finished, and some of those guys are talking about coming out. There's another. There's
Speak
a line.
Names 2025. Tell names.
I don't know names, to be honest. I wouldn't hide it from you. I don't know their names. There's a lime green 6-gen Camaro that the dude's friends with Derek Minholt, looks just like Carson's car, but it's lime green.
That's Tim Barton.
Okay, there you go. So you knew his name and I didn't. I actually got his phone number. I was going to reach out to him myself and say, "Hey man, you got a car to fit the bill. Come out."
Well, I know he wants to race with it.
Well, there you go. So there's going to be. I have a feeling you're going to see 5 or 6 new players like that. And some of these cars are like dope. Like that car's a very sick. I mean, look, we've all seen the 6-gen car's been done a lot now, but nonetheless, it's just a good looking car. Has a cool color that nobody else has seen, and the guys, from what people tell me, he ain't afraid to spend money to race his car. So those are all the things that you want,
I saw the Chevelle from up north, blue 67 coming out.
You're not talking about Chevy, are you?
Talk about Chevy.
Yeah. And then the Canada guy that bought Monster's car.
It's a 70 car. That's a 70. Monza's old car's a 70. That blue Chevelle. Yeah, he's coming out for sure. He's committed to every single race. Oddly enough, the only race that he might not make it to is a Canadian race. but he's
Nate.
in for
We're
sure.
going. We're going, Nate.
We're gonna try.
That's if Nate doesn't do anything to get his passport pulled or something. Who knows? He's a little out of control sometimes.
Well, as long as Ryan don't jump on him, we'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll be good.
Oh, you know me. Always jumping. Is the kangaroo going to come watch any races or what?
I might come out to Bakersfield.
So you
and hang
admit that
out
you're
and
the
shit.
kangaroo then?
Let me in.
He's already.
Well, we'll let you in.
He said so he's
we're going to let you jump right through the gate.
There you go. I appreciate it.
Right over it.
Jen said she's gonna let me in for free. I said, well, I ain't going in. If I can't get in for fucking free, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm
I'll be outside.
I'm gonna put you on my guest list if Chris won't answer your phone call.
All right, thanks, dude. I'll call somebody. I'm sure somebody will get me in.
Nate said he's full.
Yeah.
Nate's gonna be full because between Chris and Nate, they're gonna have like 50 people there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to hit Ryan.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
I got some stuff to do.
Man, thank you, man.
No problem.
All right.
Good to talk to you guys.
Thanks for coming on, Ryan.
No problem. See you later.
Bye. Later.
All right, fellas.
Nate. We got a lot of big things coming up, Nate.
We're excited.
Yes, very excited.
We're excited. We'll post some pictures of some of the changes we're making and stuff like that as we go on. Now that we can actually post some stuff, and honestly, this new program is going to be pretty cool. I'm excited to race with everyday, ordinary people like myself. Just people from small towns, people from big cities. I don't really care who it is. Bring a car out and come race us. So,
yeah,
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a fun year.
It's gonna be very fun. Yes.
Giuseppe, I'm gonna miss you, buddy. All the fans are gonna miss you.
All right, buddy. I'll still be checking in with you guys and stuff like that. And appreciate all
Nate,
you guys.
Chris,
and
I'm
everything.
excited for y'all all season.
Thank you, Chris. Any quick questions, Chris?
Yeah. If you got any questions, post it in the chat. I did want to ask you guys one more thing, especially because of Giuseppe and Nate in here. So the rumor has it that, well, it's not a rumor. So the new season of Locals Only is going to be airing on Discovery Channel on April 1st. The rumor has it is that if that goes well, if there's really a lot of views on it and it goes well, that they're going to hopefully air season 6 of No Prep Kings after that. How excited are you, Nate? Because that's your rookie season. And how excited are you, Giuseppe, because that was your first invitational win, for that to finally be aired? It sounds like it probably could happen.
man, I know I'm excited, like really excited. We had a really good year, season 6. So it kind of broke my heart when it didn't air. But if they air they recorded the Locals Only during our season. So we were there, they recorded it. And I was told by a very reliable source that season 6 is queued and it's all done. All they have to hit is play. So I was told that to be gospel. So I hope that that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's going to air. I think so. And I'm excited to see that because the whole team thing, that was fun.
Yeah.
We ended up with Nate at the end of the thing.
Yes.
Well, I guess I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but I'm sure everybody knows anyways. But
Yeah.
That was a fun year. We did really good.
Is that the year you raced Jim Howell for a side bet at Alabama?
That was the beginning of the year. That's his first race ever.
Yeah.
No, that was that was season 5 at Eagle, Alabama,
at the end.
I was in Futures.
Oh,
and I raced him for $3,000, and we put a hole between us. So it was a good race for me.
Yeah, that was.
But dude, my car was flying. Like we came right out to Summit Motorsports Park. We came out to the first one, and Proline, RK Racecraft, Homemeyer, Pro Charger. These guys had this car so dialed in. Like all I had to do was let go of a button. It would literally drive itself. And we did really well. But yeah, that was the season I took $3,000 from Jim. That was awesome. I like giving him a hard time about that.
John Odom and Jim Howell. That's right. I remember that.
Jim Howell was unbeatable at that time, right? He was saying he can beat anybody, erase anybody off the trailer.
I think he actually made the fastest No Prep Kings and correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, the fastest No Prep Kings run that weekend at Steel. I think that was the fastest he ran.
You were, yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
No, not him. He was
No.
It was
that
Jim.
Oh yeah,
Jim.
Jim was yeah. And you gapped him. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I'm excited for the season. I think as a fan, I think just after last season and now the talk of no rules or hardly any rules, I think the excitement's really building for this speed promotions racing season. It really is. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but it just feels different. Last year, it's like people are bitching, when are the rules coming out? When's the schedule coming out? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like this year, everybody's excited, it seems like. So I think it's going to be a really good season.
Really
It's gonna be
excited.
good.
Very excited. Nate Sayler Racing, Bad Intentions Racing, teaming up. I'm excited for the future. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts.
Well, I guess
And
I
I'll
wish
be
you guys
back.
the best of luck.
Thanks, Chris, for having
Thanks,
us.
guys.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank you
Nate.
for coming
Thanks,
on.
Thank you, Chris. Nate.
See you
All
guys.
right, buddy. Later, guys.